As I mentioned in my last review, I have a sizable collection of wheel covers, aka hubcaps, for my Model 3 with standard 18-inch wheels. I have the original Aero covers from Tesla, 2 sets of Rymetrics covers in matte black and silver, chrome covers by Mady, and a set of EVbase satin black turbine look wheel covers. Now I received the latest design, the EVbase Arachnid style 18-inch wheel covers. Let's check them out now. I would like to thank EVbase for sending me these wheel covers for review. It arrived in this box. Let's open it up and see what we have inside. Folding back the flaps reveals 4 bubble wrap bags, each with a wheel cover. On top is a bag with some foam strips, 4 plastic blank center caps, and a screwdriver. Honestly, I don't know why that's included. It's not needed. And now for the covers. I'll take one out and look at it. This is a bubble wrap bag, and inside is a hubcap with a foam protective sheet on the cover surface. They seem protected well enough for shipping. Of course, I probably should be wearing gloves at this point so I don't leave oily fingerprints on the surface. The cover is constructed of ABS plastic that has a softer feel to the plastic than the Turbine look cap that I previously have installed on my car. The color is closer to a dark gray than black in my opinion, and it has a matte finish. These are a 10-spoke design with an Arachnid look. Here's the Tesla version to compare. I find the plastic similar to the softer material composition of the Rymetrics and OEM Tesla caps, unlike the very hard plastic on the Mady caps. Note on the back that there are 10 plastic clips to hold the hubcap onto the underlying wheel. Again, a bit different than the metal clip that was on the Turbine wheel cover. All of these covers use different ways of attaching to the car. Some use individual spokes, and others use groups of 2 spokes. One uses clips with hard plastic, 2 use softer plastic, and another 2 use metal clips. The center cap area is empty and definitely needs some attention. Luckily, EVbase included a separate bag for me to look at. They are offered in red or white logos. I chose the white ones. These have a matte finish similar to the wheels. There is a protective plastic on the top to protect during shipping. On the back is double-sided tape to attach to the center cap. And now I will install it on the hubcap. I like to orient the pointy end of the Tesla logo towards the inflation valve. Just pull the red protective plastic and then center it on the wheel. Press down fully all around the surface so that it adheres well. These double-sided tape center caps are pretty strong. I've never had an issue with them coming off even after a couple years of use. And don't forget to remove the protective plastic from the top. And now you can see that it matches pretty well with the matte finish of the wheel cover. Or you could just use the blank center caps if you don't want a logo. Another option is that you could use some vinyl Tesla logos onto the center cap as an alternative. They can be found in many colors. Here's an example of placing vinyl stickers that I did in the previous video on the Turbine look covers. Also in the box are 4 long foam strips. I'm happy that EVbase included these. In my video on the Rymetrics, the edge of the cover can rub on the wheel and possibly scratch the paint. Some clips on the Mady covers are sharp and can also damage the wheel spoke paint. One of these foam strips is more than long enough to fit the outer edge of the hubcap. Here I will apply it to the cover, peel back the protective plastic, and then do as I show here. The width of the foam perfectly fits into the area just inside the edge of the cover. Pull down the protective tape a few inches as you apply the foam. When you get all the way to the beginning, cut the foam with a knife or scissors. And that's all that's needed to install the foam strip around the outside edge of the cover. This provides protection against any vibration of the cover on the aluminum wheels underneath. It's a good idea to take the hubcaps off, for example when you wash your car, and clean off any dirt buildup on the wheels. Here's a basic measurement of the width. I get 19.875 inches or 50.5 centimeters. Compared to the original Tesla Aero covers, those are 19 inches, so almost a whole inch wider for these new hubcaps. If I stack the hubcaps with the older Turbine cover on top, you can see a small size difference. The Arachnid is about 1/16 of an inch larger. The Turbine cover has 5 clips made of a combination of plastic and metal. Flipping over to the Arachnid cap, there are 10 plastic clips. Here's a view from the side to show the comparison of the two. I need to prepare the wheel for the new hubcaps. If you have a cap already installed, you need to take it off. If not, you just need to go to the next step. In order to remove the current Turbine covers, I need to feel the spoke areas for the 5 clips that are holding it in place. Since the cover is stiff, this can take a little while to remove. Carefully pull each clip off while holding the other parts of the cover so that it doesn't snap back on. These covers have been on since October. After taking them off, there is some buildup of dirt, and I'll use a rag to get them all cleaned up and ready for the new caps. After cleaning it with the wet wipes, I go over it with an old t-shirt to dry it off. I just noticed how dull the tires looked, so I did a quick application of tire gel. And now it looks good. And now for the installation. Take the cover and look for the tire valve stem on the wheel, and then match it up to the round opening on the cover, as seen right here. Place the cover over the center of the wheel. Now press down on all 10 of the clips to snap them on. This does not take much effort, so don't be afraid to push it down with your fist or grip it with your hands around the spokes. Do a quick check to verify that it's firmly attached. One thing I've noticed on all of these covers is that they stay on. In 5 years, I've never had one fall off during driving, and I've hit plenty of potholes and uneven pavement during this time. With it installed, notice that the color is a dark gray. It seems to match the paint of my car very well. Now let's take a closer look along the top as well as the sides. Notice that it definitely covers the entire wheel, and if you have any curb damage on the wheels, these hubcaps will cover them and hide them well. 1 down and 3 to go, and then I'll be done. Here's a view of the car under the bright LED lights of my garage. I do this shot for all of the hubcaps that I have installed. I'll also raise the brightness so that you can see them better. To remove the covers, just feel around the spoke edges where it bulges. Pull back all 10 of the clips. Do this one at a time and keep pressure on the cover so that the loosened clips don't reattach. The last few may come out all at once. Since the cover is a softer ABS, it doesn't feel like it's gonna break like on the Matey caps. I recommend removing them every month or two to clean all the dirt buildup underneath. I usually do that when I wash the car. When you're done cleaning, just put them back on again. As easy as that. The next morning, I rolled the car outside of the garage to show you what the covers look like in sunlight. I'll zoom around the car and show you. First of all, I must commend EVbase for including the foam strips with the packaging. I recommend installing the foam around the outer edge of the wheel cover. And since the 10 clips are soft plastic, I don't have to worry about them damaging the painted alloy wheel spokes. Since these covers are oversized, they will completely hide any current damage on the wheels due to curb rash. These covers have a matte finish, compared to the Turbine look caps that were more of a satin finish. The color looks like a dark gray to me versus the black of the Turbine version. I think these covers would look great if you have black trim on your Model 3. I think this would look classy and match any matte or satin black trim on the car. I would love to see if they offered a glossy silver version in the future. I'm one of the few owners that actually likes the chrome trim accents around the car. Thanks for watching me add to my hubcap addiction, and if you're interested in any of these items, please see the links in the video description. Don't forget to use code RANGER for 15% off your purchase, and for a limited time, the Easter sale is currently in effect and the discount is temporarily bumped up to 20%. This is good for most items in the EVbase store. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.